All right, today we're going to talk about something you probably walk all over every single day without giving it a second thought: ceramic tiles. But trust me, there is a massive and absolutely fascinating tech story hiding in plain sight on your floors and walls. I mean, just look at this. You would swear that's a beautiful hardwood patio, right? Well, it's not. It's ceramic tile, and it's been engineered to be super tough, completely waterproof, and to look so much like the real thing, it's almost uncanny. So that's the big question, isn't it? How is this even possible? How can a piece of fired clay perfectly mimic the grain of wood or the complex, beautiful veins of marble? Well, the answer is a really cool story of layers, light, and a full-blown technological revolution. Okay, so to understand how you decorate something, you first have to understand what you're decorating. And it helps to think of a tile not as just a solid block, but more like a carefully constructed canvas, built up layer by layer. And, if you could slice a tile open, you'd see that canvas is way more complex than it looks. A decorated tile isn't just one thing. It's a composite of at least 4 different layers, and each one has a really crucial job to do. So let's break them down. First up, you've got the body. This is the tile's foundation, its structural core. Think of it as the backbone. It's a super precise mix of clays and other minerals, all pressed together under immense pressure to make it dense and strong. Right on top of that body, they apply a layer called the engobe. Now, you can basically think of this as the primer on our canvas. It's a white, clay-based liquid that covers up the natural, often reddish color of the tile's body. And this is so important for color control because it gives you a perfect, uniform white background, making sure the printed colors look exactly the way they're supposed to.
Next up is maybe the most important layer for both how it looks and how it works: the glaze. This mineral-based coating actually turns into a thin layer of glass when it's fired. That's what makes the tile waterproof and tough. But for our story, the most important thing is that this is the surface where all the magic of the decoration actually happens.
So now we've got our canvas. And for decades, there was really only one main way to get a complex pattern onto it. But that old method, well, it had some serious drawbacks. And it perfectly set the stage for a brand new technology to come in and just completely take over. The old way was screen printing. Yeah, pretty similar to how they make t-shirts. Every single color in the design needed its own physical screen. That meant the setup was incredibly expensive and took forever, which only made sense if you were doing massive production runs of the exact same pattern. Oh, and trying to get colors to match perfectly on a new batch, a total nightmare. But then, right around the turn of the century, the same inkjet technology that was changing our offices and homes started to show up on the factory floor. And it was about to completely upend the entire tile industry. And the difference was, it was night and day. We went from a system where you physically had to touch the tile with huge setup costs and long changeover times to a non-contact, digital inkjet system. And all of a sudden, printing to order was a real thing. Short runs became cheap, and you could change a design in minutes instead of days. The complexity just exploded, from pretty basic patterns to high-definition, photorealistic images.
This wasn't just a small step forward. It was a total revolution. Digital inkjet printing fundamentally changed what a tile could be and, just as importantly, how it was made.
The flexibility this unlocked was transformative. Now you could scan a real piece of stone, print it onto a tile, and even program in random variations so that no 2 tiles were exactly alike, just like in nature. Manufacturers could react to new trends almost instantly and produce tiles on a just-in-time basis, which slashed the costs of having to store mountains of inventory.
So how fast did this whole revolution happen? Well, take a look at this number: 86%.
That is the market share that digital inkjet printers had in Europe by 2017. So in a little over a decade, this new technology went from being a curiosity to the absolute, undisputed industry standard. It was a seismic shift. But, making this happen wasn't as simple as just building a bigger office printer. Trying to print on a ceramic glaze that's about to be cooked in a kiln at over 900 degrees Celsius, that presented some huge and really unique engineering challenges. Yeah, the challenges were immense. First off, unlike paper, that glazed surface isn't absorbent, so the ink had to be perfect to avoid smudging or bleeding. And the inks themselves aren't dyes, they're actually suspensions of tiny mineral pigments that have to survive that insane heat. This means the color you print isn't the final color you get. Chemists have to literally predict how the colors will transform in the fire. And you have to do all of this perfectly on a production line that's moving at up to 70 meters a minute. It's incredible. But here's the cool part. As the engineers and chemists were solving these problems, they had an amazing idea. They thought, hey, if we can control tiny droplets of color, why not other materials? So they started using the printheads to deposit what they call effect materials, things like granillas, which are basically microscopic particles of glass. In the kiln, these little bits melt and create textures. This meant designers could now program a tile to be ultra-glossy, perfectly matte, or even have a specific anti-slip texture, all from the same digital file. So what does all this high-tech wizardry actually look like in the real world? Well, the results of this digital revolution are all around us, creating surfaces that were once totally impossible. I think the most common thing we see is the perfect replication of nature. We can now get the look of exotic marble or warm wood, but with the amazing durability and water resistance of porcelain tile. And because of that digital randomization, the pattern feels just as organic and natural as the real thing. This flexibility also opens up a whole world of custom design. Companies can now print their logo or branding right onto the floor, creating this incredibly durable, high-end signage that is literally a part of the architecture itself. And it goes even further, into the realm of pure art, because you can print any high-resolution image. You can create these massive photorealistic murals on walls. You get all the visual impact of a huge piece of art, but on a surface that's as easy to clean as your kitchen countertop. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that the floor beneath your feet is no longer just a simple building material. It's a high-tech canvas. The technology now exists to print pretty much any image, any texture, or any pattern onto one of our most durable and permanent surfaces. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question. If our built world can now be customized in almost any way imaginable, what are we going to create next?